guys, we are outside of the Gallatin County Public Library here in Warsaw, Kentucky. And last time I came out this way, I had the cops called on me. They were real nice, but you know, it's a little weird. Anyways, we are on the public right of way, and I'm going to show you a little bit around town. I chose to start at the public library because I wanted to park my vehicle and make sure it was safe. And again, I don't know if parking here you have to have a decal or not. Some neighborhoods around the country you do. Also, I don't want to park in front of someone's house because, you know, if they're coming home and they want to park there, I don't want to take their spot. And it's a beautiful day. It's Saturday around 4 o'clock. It's a Saturday after Thanksgiving. As you can see, the trees are already leafless, as the fall is pretty much over. I don't think it's technically winter, but might as well be. And when I came last, the courthouse was under renovation, and it looked like they were sanding it down. It didn't look very pretty at all. And they've got a really nice courthouse here, so I tried to put together some kind of a video, and then of course I had that this is North Key Community Care. I had that police interaction, which was fine, you know, but I mean, it's not happened very often. So you know, this gentleman's letting me pass. I appreciate it. It looks like the courthouse is done. It looks like it. And so what I'm going to do is this here looks like it might be a VFW of some sort. I'm not sure. We're coming up on the Gallatin County Farm Bureau. And I don't know. No, this is Gallatin County Jailer. Okay. And it says annex, so it might be a court annex. I see some sheriff's vehicles parked there, so maybe it serves as a office, like a substation. Maybe it's their station, I don't know. In Jefferson County, where I practice, I'm an attorney, as you guys know. The sheriffs are used primarily for the courts. Other places, the sheriffs do the day-to-day policing. Gallatin County Fire, Wind, and Lightning Insurance Company. That basically covers all of the natural disasters, I think. This is a nice structure here. Of course, you got the water tower up there. And yes, the courthouse looks like it's done. So I'll be showing you that here in a second. Lunch special. This might have been a diner at one point. It looks kind of abandoned, and so does this building here. But still got some chairs in there, it looks like, but definitely I would say that they're probably closed. And we got a gazebo here, very nice gazebo. I'm about to show you the courthouse here. I'm pretty sure this fountain was up and running during the summer. Over here is a very nice little gazebo where you could sit. And this is the Kentucky flag, and above it is the US flag, Old Glory. I'm not quite sure why they're at half-mast, but there was a mass shooting a little bit ago, so it might be because of that. There is the courthouse. It's a beautiful courthouse. And we're going to cross the street here. And hopefully we'll be okay. As I said, when I came here last, the courthouse was all chipped up. They were sanding it, and there's like work crews out here, and you know, it was didn't look all that great, so I didn't want to put that on my video. This sign looks like it could use a little TLC, but county was named in 1798 for Albert Gallatin. I hope I'm saying that correctly. 1761 to 1849, a Swiss who came to U.S. in 1780. I'm guessing that should say a Swiss citizen, but He was in the Pennsylvania Constitutional Convention. He was in Congress. He was a leader in finance and constitutional and international law. Very interesting. And then over here on the sides, they've got, it looks like they've got some businesses. The courthouse is very beautiful. It's very white, but I don't even know if that's like a regular white or if it's a, you know, maybe like a specific, like maybe an ivory or something like that. It's a very, very eye-catching white, and they did a really good job because, like I said, the whole exterior was basically like just sanded down. And as you can see, there's no chipping anywhere. It's a very, very well done. They've got the balcony up there. They've got the wreath. They've got 2 pines in front. And then, of course, you can see that they've, you know, done, of course, the outside as well. And they've got this mulch laid down. And it looks really, really nice. And again, the flag's at half-mast again over here. So maybe something happened in the county. This is it's like a Boy Scout troop. I should have tightened the sign up a little bit, but yeah, it looks really, really nice, and it's definitely, I would say, one of my favorite courthouses. It doesn't have a lot of, well, it has like some pillars, but it's a very almost unassuming courthouse in a way, but it's just got a lot of I feel like a lot of curbside appeal. And if you go straight down this way, you've got the fire department over here. Around the corner is the police dispatch. And if you go further down that way, there's the Catholic Church, which is where I started before. But that's where I think I got the cops called on me because, I don't know. But like I said, they were nice. There was no problem. I mean, it interrupts the work a little bit. And again, I'm not like one of these First Amendment auditors, many of which will ignore the police because, I mean, look, they're not doing anything illegal. I'm not doing anything illegal. Technically, there's no reason for the stop, but I'm not a rude person, so I will stop what I'm doing and tell them what I'm doing, which is pretty obvious. I mean, I've got a camera, an arm, a boom, and a dead cat on it, so it's like, it's pretty obvious what I'm doing, but their question of what I'm doing is not really what am I doing. You know, it's more so to find out what's going on. You know what I mean? So I really like this house in particular. That's why I walked down here. It's a really, really nice house. It's kind of got a little certain like purple tinge to it. It's really cool. Over here is Eagle Creek Vineyard, it says. And then down there is the Marathon, which I believe is the only gas station in Warsaw. And when I was here last, they had a bunch of pumpkins along the side. It was like right before, wow, that must have been a year ago actually. And there's a lady out there, you know, she's sweeping, and it's a really nice property. So, you know, really, this is a really nice town, and I don't allow the police interaction to, you know, shape my opinion of it. Like I said, it was a totally fine interaction. I took a picture with the officer, and actually it's the thumbnail of the video. But I will say, when I came the second time, I also had quite a few people like shouting down the street, "What are you doing?" And you know, communities vary. People are not used to seeing cameras probably anywhere near as much as, say, Lexington or Louisville and Warsaw, but I think that a camera could help a lot. I think this city has a lot of promise. Right over there is the Ohio River. But like, for example, this is an empty storefront. There were 2 back over there across the street. Maine's Auction Center looks like it's still going. We've got some tables and chairs in there. Over here you got computer sales and website design. And who knows, they may still be working out of there, but it looks pretty dead in there. This might be a home, I'm not sure. Back over here there's another building that I think is really cool, but again, it doesn't look very well cared for, which is this one right here. And like I said, there may be something there, but it doesn't, I don't know. And then over here, of course, you got the Ohio, which, I mean, you know, it's like right there, and it's just beautiful. And I think, you know, it being right on the Ohio River, that alone, I think creates a lot of opportunity. And they've got like a, oh, I didn't realize that they've got like a nice little pavilion there. It looks like they've got some benches and maybe some barbecue stands or something. They got some parking as well, so that's cool. And that's right proximate to the courthouse. So I'm not sure what this building is over here. You guys driving really recklessly, but that's okay. This building maybe is I don't know what this is actually. Let's get closer and see. I don't want to. Okay, so it's a dentist's office, but my gosh, that can't. It's a massive building just to be a dentist's office. Then over here you got a nice church. I haven't seen this church before. Over here you got Gallatin County Clerk's office. So this is a clerk's office, which makes sense because this is the courthouse. A strong scent of something herbal that's not legal in Kentucky coming in the air, but that's okay. It is a shame that we don't even have it for medicinal purposes when, you know, that's pretty much established fact that it has medicinal purposes or medicinal treatments. But here in Kentucky, this is the bourbon state, so no competition for bourbon unless it's cigarettes, but you can smoke and drink your bourbon all at once, so that's okay, right? Looks like there's an ice cream truck coming by here way far in the distance. I hope that's not copyrighted music. And I love ice cream trucks. I'm on a diet, unfortunately, so I can't partake, but I think that's pretty cool. It's a little chilly out, but there's always room for ice cream. And this here looks like it might be like maybe a bed and breakfast or an apartment building. This here is Warsaw Baptist Church, and it looks like a pretty big church, so it may be the biggest in town or one of. I said the Catholic church is on the other side, but we're not going to go over there because like that's already where some folks, I guess, were wigged out that I had a camera on a public sidewalk. But I'm Catholic, so that doesn't mean that because I'm Catholic I was filming the Catholic church, but it just so happens to be that I'm Catholic and it's a beautiful church. But you know, exploringkentucky.com, sightsoundsflavors.com is not aiming to antagonize people. It's aiming to show Kentucky and all the beauty it possesses, and a lot of the hidden secrets, because there's a lot of things in Kentucky that a lot of people just are not aware of, you know. So I hope to be able to share that with you. Gotta be careful there. So there's some steps here, but there's some, you know, as you can tell, this is not all level, even though we're on the river. And there's Old Glory, and she's flying half-mast again. So there's this is probably for the recent mass shooting. I believe it was in Colorado. I can't think of anything else that would prompt a half-mast flag unless there was something that happened in the county, and if so, I apologize for my ignorance. I'm just not aware. Nice water tower here. This is like a barn maybe, or nice little cat there. And it looks like the little ice cream truck is actually, it was on this street here, but I guess it went down. There's a lot of activity down here by the river, so they probably went down there. You know, he or she, I didn't make out the gender of the ice cream truck operator, probably knows, you know, where there's people, and that's where you're going to go with an ice cream truck, because it's unlikely people are going to run out of their houses to chase down the ice cream man or ice cream woman when they've got ice cream in the freezer. I mean, this is not like the 1940s. We all have freezers, but if everybody's outside, then that would be a good demographic to roll on by. This is the Christian church. Beautiful church. And there's the ice cream truck. He's coming by. What a cool truck. I know some of you conspiracy nuts are going to be like, well, what if it's not really an ice cream truck? What if they saw you filming and they needed a front, you know, the fuzz, they needed a front? And I'd be like, I don't think I would agree with that at all, but YouTube is full of conspiracy nuts, and by nuts I'm not talking down to you. I mean that in the kindest possible way. Maybe a legume, you know, if you feel more like a peanut, which is not really a nut. Warsaw Christian Sunday Worship 11, and then they've got the Youth Wednesday 5:30 to 7. Interesting that they would have their youth you know, time on Wednesday, because when I was in Catholic, before I went to Catholic school, I was a public school at the time, I would go to CCD, which is where they would prepare us for communion, and I would go to CCD on Wednesdays. That's St. Lawrence. And then, after I did First Communion, or right around that time, my parents decided that they wanted me to go to St. Lawrence School, and I started St. Lawrence School in 4th grade, went to 8th grade, and then went to the Catholic high school for a couple of years, and I hated the Catholic high school. But it was whatever, you know, it's fine. Great education. So, that is Warsaw. No police interaction this time. Nobody got wigged out that I had the camera. The courthouse is done, and that's the reason that we came by. Although I did not get a picture of the courthouse, so here's the First National Bank. Beautiful sunset. So, I may actually go back around just to get a picture of the courthouse. Sometimes what I'll do is I'll pull a screenshot off the video, and that works sometimes, but it's not the highest quality. So what I'll do, and I hope you guys don't mind, is I'll walk back to the courthouse, snap a picture, and then we'll cut this way and go by the fire department and the 911 dispatch, because by this point my presence is already well known. I mean, I will tell you that while nobody has said anything, I've already seen 2, maybe 3 different makes and models 2 or 3 different times, and so I'm pretty sure that law enforcement has already been tipped to my presence, and they know who I am and they know what I'm doing. But that does not mean that I'm not going to keep the camera rolling, just because it's good for documentation purposes to show you guys the community, but it's also good to protect me in the event that, you know, there's a, you know, less than friendly interaction. And that's why the camera is so important as well for someone that is exploringkentucky.com. Be sure to visit the website and check out the playlist on Sight Sounds Flavor's YouTube channel. But it's also important for documentation purposes in the event that something goes wrong, something is said or whatever, because I've already had an issue in this community. Nothing bad, but I know that people here are a little apprehensive about the camera. Now, there's other places that are smaller or bigger where cameras are, you know, totally cool. I was just in Madison, Indiana, which is a beautiful, beautiful city in Jefferson County, Indiana, about 50 miles from Louisville. But they're used to cameras, and so much so that 150 plus blocks of downtown Madison have been designated historic preservation sites, and so they see cameras all the time. And so there, it was not people trying to, sometimes people will walk aside out of considerateness for the cameraman, but it's also sometimes because they don't want to be on camera. There, people would get my attention a couple of different times. Once, usually what if somebody tries to get my attention once, I won't turn around. I'll talk to them, but I will not turn around, because if I turn around, they're going to be on my camera, right? They're going to be on video. But there, they called my attention a couple of different times because they wanted to be on video and they wanted to engage in a little bit of conversation. And so it really depends where you're at, you know what I mean? It really depends. Some people, especially because unlike the First Amendment auditors who are, you know, very guarded about their names and the websites and publications that they work with, I will freely tell you, I will encourage you to visit exploringkentucky.com and follow on all social media links, because I want to grow the page and because I want people that are on my videos and on my pictures to see it so they can share it, you know? So I think that's the difference between what I do and what a lot of the First Amendment auditors do. Now this one here is more than likely an LEO. I would say that's an LEO, but that's fine. I mean, I'm not anti-LEO at all. I'm actually pro-LEO, and I'm happy to see LEO. That's law enforcement, guys. But I got to get a picture of the courthouse. So I am going to clip it here for a second. I don't think I have the right of way here, but I'm going to go. They're letting me go, so I'm going to get a quick picture of the courthouse, and then we're going to come back to the courthouse. So basically, I'm going to pause it for 2 seconds. All right, so I just got the picture, and I like to take the picture, stop the video, take the picture, and start the video up again at the exact same spot, because I've noticed a lot of times if I do it in a different way, then it looks like I've basically meshed two completely unrelated pieces of video together. Now obviously, don't take that literally, because nobody works with video anymore, it's all digital, but you know, you want to have a good flow, good continuity, and the last thing you want to look is like amateur hour, you know what I mean? So we didn't come on this side. This, I'm not sure what this is. Maybe a florist, I'm not sure. Please correct me in the comments. This might be like a juice bar of some sort. I don't know if there's anything here. It looks kind of empty. But they also have blinds, so I'm not sure. That's a walk-up, so there's probably like lofts up there. Employee entrance, so this is probably a government type, or maybe just like a business, I don't know. And then cross over here so you can see the water tower. This is Unique Pawn and Gifts, which is pretty cool. The folks that run that place both times have been really, really nice. So I'm not going to go beyond this point because I already know what's down there, but I will zoom and show you. So that white building is the 911 dispatch, and over here is the fire department and fire rescue, and up there is the water tower. And what I'm going to do to make my way, oh shoot, I wish I would have known that, City of Warsaw public parking. So this is the corner of East Market and Main Cross Street. Interesting. So what I'm going to do is I am going to walk this way and there's of course the courthouse, which looks beautiful. And there's our friendly police unit, I think, again. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk down this way, and if it's not a police unit, it might be just a concerned citizen, which is totally fine, but I have seen that make and model 4 different times. So that's fine. In Salyersville, I had a sheriff who kind of followed me around there a little bit there in Magaffin County, or McGoffin. Gosh, I got so many county names. Anyways, but there's that other SUV again. That's 3 times I've seen that one. And they have really dark tints, so that's why I'm assuming it's law enforcement, but it may not be. There in Salyersville, the sheriff followed me around. Salyersville is not that big. It's actually, I would say, smaller than Warsaw, but it's more concentrated, so it may seem bigger. And what I mean by that is that it's concentrated along one main street, whereas Warsaw, as you can tell, there's several Oh, and there's a liquor store there. Lungo's liquor store. Wow, I never even knew that. And then of course you got your kitchen and bath, paint and decor, Maine's Hardware. But there, the sheriff, you know, he followed me for a little bit. Not followed me, but like rode around where I was at. And then when I went to City Hall, he just like literally parked like right next to me while I was filming. And he was just like, you know, like, what are you doing? I'm like, well, I'm filming. He's like, oh, okay. I was like, yep. And then that was it. And he just kind of like sat there and continued, like, you know, it's fine. But, you know, the First Amendment auditors will be rude. They'll be like, none of your business, like, First Amendment protected activity, I'll sue the city, blah, blah, blah. But that's what they do. I don't do that. My job, as I see it, is to show you Kentucky, you know? I was just in Heinzman, and I wanted, you know, sometimes I want to like watch a KET video or another YouTuber's video to kind of get a sneak peek, you know, a little preview of where I'm going. Sometimes I do that to learn the pronunciation, and sometimes I forget the pronunciation, like with Magaffin County or McGoffin County. I think it's McGoffin County, but anyways, there's number 5. So if he is a concerned citizen, God bless him or her, because he is certainly, or she is certainly spending a lot of gas. Now let's see where they go. Going pretty far out, so they're taking that road all the way out, it looks like. Maybe we'll see them again. The library is, I think, like 4 blocks from here, 3 blocks from here. There's Old Glory. I love that house. Has got 2, 1 flag there and 1 flag there. I love the patriotism. Holy moly, that scared the bejesus out of me. But oh, look at that, got a little dog there. Doesn't look like he or she has skipped any meals. But what was I talking about? I forgot what I was talking about. Yeah, so the First Amendment people, like, they can be pretty rude. That's not what I do. You know, I'm just trying to inform. You know what I mean? And eventually I will have like Exploring Kentucky shirts and cards and all that, and I'm trying to get into interviews as well. But this is a beautiful community. I think it has a lot to offer. The weather's really nice, so I'll probably be doing a lot more of these. Of course, now in January and February, it's going to get really cold, so I don't know if I'll be able to continue at the same frequency, but you know, definitely for December I will. And here we are at the library. My car's still here. It's not my car, it's a rental car. Got a nice library sign, but I don't know where the actual library is at. But I hope you enjoyed Warsaw, Kentucky, Gallatin County. As always, please like, subscribe, leave a comment. Sight Sounds Flavors on YouTube, sightsoundsflavors.com, exploringkentucky.com. We'll see you for the next one.